Okay, here we go. Alrighty. So, hey everybody, welcome back. This is Todd over at Colorado Local. Today I am joined by Dr. Jay Barta. He is the dentist in Louisville. And Dr. Barta, I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to join us and tell us a little bit about your business. So let's start out with a little bit about yourself. Can you tell me where you're from, a little bit about your background, and how you ended up in Louisville?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, thanks for having me on here. I love what you're doing with highlighting local businesses. I'm a small business myself, trying to kind of give people a little bit of a different perspective, different experience in dentistry. So I grew up in Michigan. I also grew up coming out to visit Colorado a fair amount. My mother grew up in Inglewood, Colorado, and my grandparents lived out in just a little bit west of Golden my whole childhood. So I came out to visit regularly, and I always loved coming out to visit. So after I got I graduated high school, I went to Michigan State for my college, and then I did my dental school in Detroit. But at that point, I had kind of had enough of the Michigan winters and the sunless skies for months on end, and decided to move on. And I ended up settling here, and I'm really happy that I did.
We're glad you're here as well. And it's funny that you left, I guess, icy bitter cold for a little bit less icy bitter cold uh, in
Yeah,
Colorado. Now, do you
I
ski, or are you growing up around Golden? It's a beautiful area down there. I love Golden. Are you a skier? Are you an outdoorsy kind of guy?
Yeah, I am. I grew up skiing, and then I switched to snowboarding when I was a teenager, and did that pretty much exclusively up until this past season. I only got out once, I actually went skiing for the first time since I think I was 18 years old. So
Oh,
I
wow.
love snowboarding. It's my favorite hobby that I do, and well, I've been wanting to get back into skiing as well, so it was a good reintroduction there. It went pretty well, so I'm encouraged to get back out again. So I love how Colorado, it's I can take advantage of the state and outdoors 12 months of the year, which I didn't have that opportunity before. So in the winter, I really love to get out and ski and snowboard. I love to go out to relax in some hot springs in the wintertime also. And then the summertime, I love to hike. I like to get out there and camp whenever I can. Try to do at least an overnight or two hike. Somewhat regularly, but that's been a little harder to come by. And then I stay active, but the as far as the outdoorsy goes, that's tends to be where I stick to. Yeah.
You like to go? Do you have a couple of favorite spots around the western slope?
Well, so my favorite spots so far to snowboard are so Vail is probably my favorite one. The back bowls are incredible. That being said, if it's not a fresh 6 to 12 inches of snow, I'm probably not going to go there because it's not a whole lot of fun. So my next favorite is Steamboat. Absolutely love Steamboat, and Winter Park is a close third. So I absolutely love those mountains. I've also got a pretty soft spot for Keystone. I've had a couple of friends that have got married there, so I've had some really
Oh,
great
nice.
time there as well. So, but it's hard to find a bad mountain around here.
Well, that this is true, but you definitely have some good taste because those are definitely some of the better, I think, mountain town feel kind of towns for skiing. Especially Winter Park. It's close, but it still has that mountain town kind of vibe to it, and so I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. It just I don't know, it feels a little bit more local, a little bit more down to earth, and it's just I think it's a fun and comfortable town. I think it's really
That's a good description. Okay, are you there? Okay, I think I lost you for a second. You got you back. Okay, so let me ask you this. It sounds like since you went right into dental school, was dentistry always your plan? It sounds like that was always something you had in mind.
I well, it came to mind. It was pretty early on. I think I was 15, I believe. I mean, I already had answered some questions of like wanting to be a dentist by then, but there's no dentist in my family. The reason I had answered that was, this. I don't know if it was like this for you, but back in junior high, they start pressing you to think about what you want to do for the rest of your life, and
Oh, sure.
I
You
didn't
start taking
really.
those tests, and
Yeah, exactly.
you're like, oh,
I
I'm a garbage
hated
man. That's
that.
great.
Never dealt well with pressure, and I kind of like I shove it aside whenever people put pressure on me. So I kind of, at that point I just kind of answered, I don't know, I'll just be a dentist, I guess, and so they then I think it was when I was 15, with some trauma to my face, I ended up actually knocking one of my front teeth out, and I had, I think, the opposite reaction of most people, which this would probably cause anxiety in most people. But for me, I mean, I thought it was the end of the world when it happened, but then it just absolutely fascinated me when watching, how they fixed it. And, I still have that tooth in my mouth today. It's
Wow.
got some issues with it, don't get me wrong, but it's, it's doing the job. So that kind of solidified my goal to becoming a dentist. So then
I
from
see.
that point forward, it was, that was my goal.
Well, that's awesome. To have such kind of a clear vision early on, I think is really um, unique, and that's fantastic. I do want to ask you. You were saying earlier that you wanted to make a different experience with the dentist and I guess dental in general. So, what would you say makes your office different, your service different? What makes you different or separates you from other dentists?
I mean, there's a few things I think, and there. So right now, I was part of I was an employee for other offices for a while. I was part of a federally qualified health center, the one that basically only saw uninsured or Medicaid patients out in the rural, it was actually rural Missouri. That was my first job. So I
Wow,
got to
that's
see
brave.
that. I joined a corporate practice, which my philosophy was kind of at odds with. And I was there for a few years until I really decided I wasn't a good part of the corporate structure. And then I joined a private practice, and that was a better experience, but still not quite right. So at that point, I started thinking about what I wanted to do with, whether I wanted to buy someone else's practice, start one of my own. And I really decided that starting my own was the best option for me because I have, I'm trying to establish a certain type of culture here, which is welcoming to patients, whether they are, ashamed of how long they've been away from the dentist, or are just looking for quality care from people that, from a team that really cares about them as more than just teeth and gums, care about them as a person too. And so I decided that what I have in mind for my practice really would benefit most from starting anew, because I want the staff here to know that they're cared about. I want them to feel comfortable coming in and not regret or not dread it. And then I want the patients to know that we all are really care about them as well. We think about, we try to pay attention to the small details that others might miss. We want to have fresh snacks whenever we can get them. Get them in here. Get some coffee for them whenever possible. We want them to lay back in the chair. It's a nice, comfortable chair, and then we've got some noise canceling headphones. They can just kind of forget that they're at the dentist entirely. So,
That sounds
and
pretty nice.
yeah, and I don't want any. I don't allow any sort of shaming environment here. It's all, if you neglect your oral health, you know, if you're not brushing and flossing, there's going to be consequences. But for some reason, that is what, you know, what has happened in your life. And I'm not here to make judgments on that. I'm just here to help you get healthy, you know. And so I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable coming in here, because I want them to know that my goal is to help them get healthy.
Wow, that's really awesome. And I think that a lot of people are scared, like you said, to go to the dentist. And the worse that it gets, the more difficult and intimidating it becomes. And so to have a warm, welcoming environment like that, I think will be a real benefit to people because, you know, like you said, there are consequences to lack of taking good care of your teeth and you know, it has to be dealt with. So I think that's really great. You know, in that same vein, then, how would someone schedule with you? What's the best way to get in touch with your office? Do you have a website? You know, how would someone go about getting on your calendar?
Yeah, so we have a website. It is thedentistinlouisville.com. We have a phone number. It is 720-653-3541. If you call during business hours, you're likely to talk with Kayla, who is lovely and can help you out and get you scheduled. If you call after hours, you're very likely to talk to me, because the phones get forwarded to my cell phone when we're not around here. So I can help you well. But if you give us a call, we'll get you scheduled. There's also options for web scheduling, so you can do that on our website. You can typically do that on Google as well. So we try to make it convenient, and we know people have busy lives these days. And if we can help them get scheduled without even having to worry about getting on a phone, we like that too. But we are available to chat with you. You know, it's always nice to be able to ask if you have any top priorities you want us to know before we come in. We can reach out to old dentists to get their records as well. So, you know, don't ever hesitate to give us a call.
That's awesome. And then a couple last quick questions for you. Do you take insurance? Do you work with people who do not have insurance? And then also, do you do emergency care at all, or is that something that you're not the person to call in the middle of the night?
No. You can give me a call now. I do. You know, I make my own health a big priority. Call me at 2 a.m. There's a chance I'm not going to answer. You know, I do like to prioritize sleep,
Fair enough.
but I will call as soon as I am awake. So I see all types of emergencies. You know, I do extractions, I do root canals. You know, barring it being extremely complicated and needing a specialist, but I do everything. I place implants here. I'm able to do grafting procedures as well. So if you have a toothache, or you know that there's some issues going on, you know, give me a call, because I can help out too. I'm sorry, I forget exactly what the first was.
I guess I don't remember actually either. Just
But I make myself available, and you know, anyone. So we do a vast array of treatments here. I really like helping people go from broken teeth to something they can be proud of. So that, you know, we do a lot of implants here. We do a lot of crowns type of treatments for people that really are, you know, starting to get broken down. I also really like helping people get out of pain. So the main way we can help people get out of chronic pain is, you know, the main thing we see in dentistry is TMJ issues. And so I really enjoy treating people with TMJ problems, because it can be a very negative influence on someone's life, and I like to be able to help them out of that. So if
wow.
there's any sort of pain going on, don't hesitate to come in and see me. We've got digital X-rays. We've also got a 3D X-ray that is outstanding for diagnosing those TMJ problems, as well as planning implants. You know, extracting wisdom teeth. I can see where those teeth are in relation to really important structures like your nerves, like your sinuses, and it's really beneficial there.
Oh, that's great. So it's full service dentistry. I know I remembered my other question for you was about insurance or lack thereof. Do you take insurance, most common insurance, and do you do a cash only option as well, or how's that work?
Absolutely, thank you. So we are in network with most insurances, and even if we are not, that does not mean you can't necessarily come to see us, because a lot of insurance plans have out of network benefits as well. But that being said, most insurance plans we participate with anyways. We do not participate with Medicaid, and unfortunately at this time, because of the laws, we're not able to really see them even at all. But if for anyone who does not have dental insurance, we actually offer an in-house membership plan of sorts, where depending on what type of a cleaning that you need, there's a couple different levels where there's like basically you can buy in to the membership plan for the year, and then you get 2 exams, full x-rays, 2 cleanings, some fluoride treatments, all come in under that, and then you get a discount on any services that are in addition to that. So
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, we are really proud of that. Because we know that it's tough without insurance, and we want to help them as much as we can. So we have individual plans. So there's 2 different types of adult plans based on what type of cleaning you need. And then we have child plans available as well. And then if you're a family, you can, there's actually family discounts for, 2 or more people that are going to be coming in under the same plan. So, so
Wow.
we
So
really
bring all
like
your teeth.
everyone.
That's great. Well, listen, Dr. Barta, I know you're busy and I do appreciate you taking the time out. What we're going to do is we're going to add all your information below or above this video, one of the two, and your website, your phone number, link to get in touch with you, office hours, all that kind of stuff. So I really do appreciate it. And is there anything else you'd like to say to your potential patients before we cut this over?
I mean, I think I've had a great opportunity to tell them about it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me a call. Everyone, all you gotta do is click on that up there or down there, and you can get in touch with me. All right. So, hopefully, we'll see you soon, and give us a call as soon as you can.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Dr. Barta. Take care.
You're welcome. Thank you, Todd.